Hello ladies and gentlemen, Fuzzfinger here with more Final Fantasy XII week mode today. And what we're going to be doing is continuing on with our elite hunt, so head over to Mont Blanc if you haven't already and pick up Paradise Risen. So this is going to be taking place here in the Giza Plains, and we're going to be taking on quite a nasty turtle known as the Gil Snapper. So you will have required to have done the Withered trees side quest where you knock down the 6 trees in the rainy Giza Plains. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go and check out the video I've done on that on my normal Final Fantasy XII walkthrough. It's the same here. Then that'll give you access to the area where we can take on this giant beast. So stay tuned for today's show. If you enjoy watching, don't forget to leave a like. Thank you very much. Let's get on with it. So in the rainy season of the Giza Plains, you want to come down to the southern save crystal. So that's the bottom of the 2 save crystals in this small area, and you'll find Nanu or Nanau, and this is the person you want to speak to. So we'll go ahead and accept the hunt. Fortunately, the Gil Snapper is literally just a couple of areas across from this petitioner, so it's not exactly out our way or anything. Though we will have to do a little bit of setup because it is quite a tanky foe and does a nasty amount of damage as well if you go in unprepared. So get through this immense amount of dialogue here. I think we get the idea that nobody likes this thing. Good job, we're here to take it out. So we take the urn here, but we don't have to do anything with it ourselves. The game will sort that out for us automatically. So what we need to do is head over to the area where the turtles spawn. The big turtles. The level 37 ones. That I have shown you a video on those because there were some good items for us to grab from that area. Once again, you will need to have done the with the trees little side quest thingy. So here they all are. We can cross them. Now if you go into this area and you see all the turtles have spawned, then you need to head back out because the Gil Snapper won't be there. But if you go in and Banzai is here, then you know you're good to go. And if that's the case, the turtles won't be here, but the hunt will be. At least I believe that's the way it is. Yeah. Okay, so it looks like you still get some turtles. The silicon tortoise. But it's about whether or not that feather pops up at the start. If he doesn't pop up, then just come straight back out again and head back in. And in and out multiple times until he shows up. Right, so let's go through the setup of how we're going to take this guy out then. I'm going to set my characters up and then I'll show you what I've done. Okay, so we're going to need to dispel this guy because otherwise he has a whole host of buffs, including Protect, Shout and Haste. And what we also want to do is try and silence him and blind him in order to avoid the vast majority of his damage. So if you have the silent shot, that's a great piece of ammunition to give to Bash or to whoever your machinist damage dealer is. Since he'll just keep the Gil Snapper silenced just by his natural attack. But I haven't got that, so I'm just going to set it up as a gambit. We're going to be using Fran, who's going to be casting silence and blind. You can also cast slow as well. I don't think that Fran has time magics though, so she can't cast that. Would have to get Ashin to do that, if anything, so I'm not going to bother. I'm not going to worry too much about it for the time being. Pinello is going to be dispelling, which, as I say, is very important. She can also cast slow as well, so what I am going to do is just set a slow gambit up so that we can hopefully keep that active on the mark in question. Slow, where are you? There you are. And that's pretty much it. If we can keep him dispelled, make sure we keep the right buffs active, then we should be good to go. So I'm just going to bring Ash in order to get Bash and Pinello buffed up with Haste, Protect, and just the general stuff that Ash does before we start the fight. So she's going to cast Decoy, which can sometimes miss, so it is important to get that on there before the battle begins. I'm not going to put Bash into infused status, since he'll probably just get killed really quickly then, if we did that. We're now going to bring Fran into the battle, so just to confirm, she is going to be silencing and blinding before attacking, and Bash is going to be doing what he does best in Berserk mode, which is attacking. Anyway, Right, so let's get on with it, shall we? We're going to head in here, and the Dispel should get rid of those buffs pretty quickly. It's going to wind him up a little bit, but hopefully we'll get Silence off and blind quite quickly. And then it's just a case of whittling down his quite large 90,000 health. And it's especially large because of the fact that he has high defense, as you can see. But hey, our machinist is good to go here. One thing I do want to do is to set up a healing gambit, because he's feeling that burn, isn't he? He's going to set this to health lower than 50%. Have we got a Phoenix down gambit? Doesn't not like it at the moment. Dum-de-dum-de-dum. So this is quite a hard hunt, but you know, we should be alright. As long as we can get our damage dealer back up, that is. So here comes Bash once more. So we've now got slow cast on him, which just helps reduce that damage a little bit further as well. And I guess we can also set Larsa up since we've got him in the party. We could get him to cast Bubble on Penella, it's not going to hurt. Since as a tank she does need that little bit of extra health on this fight, in all honesty. And he is going down. Why are we casting Immobilise? We don't need that here. Is that Fran? Bash? Oh, it must be the other dude that's with us. That's fine. So we're doing fine, we're doing fine. He is going down slowly but surely. Just keep dispelling and recasting your debuffs as needed. And stay on top of your health totals. And it shouldn't be too much of a big deal trying to get this guy. Larsa's like, I'll just stand in front of him. That makes sense. And his defences seem quite high at the moment. He's almost there. A couple more hits and he should be done. So he does seem to... Let's just turn that dispel off, because it seems as though Nello is actually getting rid of the slow. Come on, come on. He's got like an inkling of health left. There we go. Oh, that was interesting. But then, as I say, the game automatically does that earn thing. So that game's really about defense rather than offense. If you can stay alive, then yes, it might be a lengthy battle, but it doesn't really matter, because if you're not dying and his health is whittling away slowly, then you'll get the job done, just as we got the job done then. So we're going to head back now to the petitioner. Once again at the blue save crystal, same place. Okay, so the actual quest giver's gone from here, but we do need to read the soggy letter that's been left. And we're told that we need to head back over here during the dry season. So we'll go ahead and do that now, since I'm pretty sure it is about to turn dry once we head back to Rabanasta and then come back in. One thing I did actually mess up on just before we exit the Giza Plains here. I completely forgot that Bash had the Wyrmfire Shot, and the Gil Snapper is completely resistant. Well, not completely, 50% resistant to elements, except for ice. So I don't recommend using the Wyrmfire Shot at all. or the aqua shot. So the onion shot would have been the best bet to go with the ammo that I've got at the moment. But yeah, just a little heads up for you with that. So hopefully now if we come straight back in, it should be dry. Yes. So what we're going to do is head over to the Nomad Village. And we should find the petitioner has moved back over here now. And we can speak to them to completely finish this quest. Once and for all. The long dialogue continues with this particular hunt, doesn't it? There we go, 3,000 gil and Phobos glaze. Alright then guys. As a little bonus, we're going to go for another hunt before we finish off today, since we're in the Giza Plains dry. And this is the Cockatrice hunt. Which should be a lot easier than the Gil Snapper, it's only got 7,000 health. So I thought we'd just tack it onto this video rather than make its own separate video. But it is an elite hunt, so you'll have to pick it up from Mont Blanc if you haven't already. And what we're going to do is clear all the enemies out in the area where it spawns. And the reason for that is that it won't spawn in this area until the enemies have been cleared. Then we need to exit and re-enter. So this is where it likes to show its face. So we're just going to go around, kill everything, and then hopefully we can get it to show up. Right, so here it is. So it does spawn with 3 of these Cockatrice. And you might want to go ahead, if you're a little bit low level, and guard against stone attacks. Or just be ready to cure them with gold needles if need be. But that's pretty much all there is to it. You do need to take out the Cockatrices as well though, on top of the main hunt. And once you've killed all 4 enemies, the Cockatrice hunt will be completed and we'll go and get our reward. There we go then guys. And that's going to be it for me for today, so thanks for stopping by. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. And if you did, don't forget to leave a like and come back soon for more Final Fantasy XII. Goodbye folks.